Alright, so the guys have all arrived in Valencia. Basically, the goal of this vlog is to show you guys what exactly does a YouTube strategist do to blow up a YouTube channel and get millions of views. And to show you guys what is the behind the scenes of 1 of 10. But before we get to that, while we've got the team together, we're hosting a strategy session on Discord. I would say to start, it's not worth it. If you're just starting off, then there's enough free resources out there. It's all on you, I would say. It's if you really want it, you would start uploading on your own without nothing to stop you.
Start posting on this channel as soon as you created it, or if you used it a little bit before posting anything. Because there's actually a thing called like warming up. There's a theory of just warming up a channel as well. Same with TikTok. But essentially, it means you use it for roughly like 24 hours, engaging with videos, watching videos, as if you're an actual user. It's how YouTube sifts out a lot of the bots. So you may be like, not shadow banned, but it's just the case that it just doesn't feel like you're a real person, so it doesn't want to push out your content yet.
So yeah, for those who just came, if you want feedback, ask to be a speaker, you'll come up, we'll answer. Today's another morning in Spain with the guys, and we're gonna go all in on ideation, figure out exactly how ideation works for YouTube, every single ways, methods to do it. Then we'll show it to you guys how to do it, how you can blow up. You guys know it, ideas, titles, thumbnails.
As a therapist.
Yeah.
This is what everyone regrets or something like that. So you could switch therapists for almost any other profession. So you could do doctor, you could do psychiatrist, you could do 10 years as a fitness coach. This is what makes people fat, stuff like that. So you're switching the one thing of the format for anything else. So depending on what your niche is.
We just trolleyed through ideation, and now we're just gonna go and hang out a bit at the beach, show some B-rolls there, and then tomorrow we're going hard on thumbnails. And this is all for you guys, to show you exactly the exact process, step by step, to blow up on YouTube. Like, yeah, it actually works. We're masterminding every single day, trying to figure out how to crack the YouTube algorithm, and then for you guys to, again, blow up. Alright guys, how's it been?
10 out of 10. Never going back to the UK.
10 out of 10, come on. 1 out of 10.
It's the 1 of 10. I've been to 10 places in my life. It's the number 1. That's it. It's a 1 of 10.
It's cool.
No, I'm loving the heat, man. It's especially when I have to go into AC as well. It's underrated.
Loving it so far. Food's good. City's beautiful. Checking out the beach later today. Should be fun.
What is one piece of advice for ideation, you would say?
Use your logic. So even if all of the data is proving a video idea might be bad, if you have had enough experience in the niche, you should actually just use your better judgment a lot of the time, and even just class it as an experimental video. It might flop, but if you positioned yourself on your channel to be able to take these losses, then it's always worth it. It's always like a net positive to try ones like that.
Double down. Any winners, double down, remix, and keep doing it multiple times. Make the most out of every win.
Definitely set aside a certain % of videos to experiment. You definitely want to double down on winners, but at the same time, you always want to be evolving and finding new content buckets and things like that to expand your audience.
We've got the top strategists in the world telling you how to grow, so like listen. So yeah, it's been a few days since the boys are in Spain. So the goal here is to basically try to mastermind everything around YouTube. So to like really share insights between each other, case studies, but also not just like, on a 1 hour call online or 2 hours, which is what we do weekly. So that really internalizes everything we've all learned. Like yesterday, what we did is in the morning, everyone took 10 minutes to try to find as many resources around ideation. Then we all went through it, like threads, YouTube videos, paid videos, all of it, so that we can all like try to find like one element from this video, one element from one thread, and then put it all together with what we already have. And then like that, I think gives us a pretty good idea of what works, and it's been really good. Like JD would say something, then Brent would say something about a topic. It would just go all around, and for like 2-3 hours nonstop, just ideation, ideation, ideation. What I do is everyone who joins as a strategist, they go all in on working on all kinds of niches. Every single niche that we have as a client, they try to ideate for every niche. So like that, you understand, okay, it's working here, it's working here, it's working here. However, by doing this, it puts you in practice mode. So always, you're getting XP, you're getting better at it, but you're missing the theory part. So a big thing I want to do in these 2 weeks is go hard on studying. Like every single day, we're all studying, trying to improve. Just 1%, or even at our level, 0.1% makes us better strategists and makes us understand better YouTube. And hopefully we can transfer all of that knowledge that we're gathering all for you guys. So yeah, it's been really cool to meet them all in person. They're taller than I thought. It's been fun to show them around in Spain. Some of them it's the first time in Spain. Some of them it's been first time in like 15 years in Europe. So it's been cool to show them around and have activities together. I think it's pretty important. Like real quick, basically I follow life on 3 rules. One is I make all my decisions based on if it's fun or not. So if I have 2 choices, I'll choose the most fun. However, it must meet the second criteria, which is nothing toxic. If there's anything toxic, just stay away from it. Just life lesson there. And number 3 is think of others with everything you do, right? To your friends, family, colleagues. And so by following these 3 rules, I think bringing them here is one, it's fun. It leads to fun memories for everybody. Hopefully for them as well. They get XP as a strategist and life experience, which I think is the goal of 1 of 10 here. And we're doing thumbnails this weekend. And then we'll package it all in one video as well. All right, so we just had a full day of trying to figure out ideation, and we're still brainstorming about it. So we're trying to figure out what's the actual checklist for ideating on YouTube. So let me pass it to Ollie, where he's gonna say what he's thinking. Like what should be in that checklist?
I mean, I think one of the most important things that should definitely be in the checklist is like, can you sum up this title, or can you like sum up this idea in like less than 10 words, or can you show this idea visually in a thumbnail, or can you package the idea in a thumbnail? Then does this meet the long-term goals of your channel as well, which is something I think a lot of creators can get caught up in, where they try to make a video that's going to go viral now and don't always think about the long-term sort of implications of that. And does this actually get you closer to where you want to be in 5 years as an idea, which I think is really important.
So yeah, that's what we've been doing the whole day. But while doing that, we're gonna sip some pina colada and enjoy this. Well, there's no sun today, but the next day. So yeah, you went from a channel with 200K subs, right? And before that, you were an engineer in a corporate company, Exxon, huge company. So how is it for you to go from, you know, full-time YouTuber to full-time strategist? I'm curious.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's definitely a change of pace working with other creators, but I love it because it exposes me to a lot of different types of content on YouTube that I would never get a chance to work on. So I feel like you get to kind of flex different creativity muscles. And there's also like a little bit of a nice thing where when you're working on someone else's content, you can kind of be a little bit detached in the sense that you can think about it from like a top high level perspective and you know, get out of like the weeds of the creating like the videos yourself, where it gives you much more perspective on like the overall kind of strategy of the channel and where's like the direction going. And I feel like when I was working on my own channels, I was much more in the day-to-day process, and it was really hard to kind of like, you know, take a snapshot of where's this channel going and, you know, kind of like what's like the long-term plan.
Okay, so yesterday we hammered down ideation. We tried to figure out the formula, but we just didn't. So today we're just gonna try again and again and try to really go deep into the details so that you guys have it more easy for finding the right ideas to get that next 1 of 10. So we're gonna spend the whole day today just figuring things out, and yeah, let's see what happens.
It says format, what's interesting?
Yeah, but that's extracting that. It's not talking about how.
That's like phase 2. That's in the research phase.
Yeah.
So it's like we found the original idea, said the art of is the format, part is the interest topic.
Which you'd found earlier, which you put here. Wedding planning would be the interest topic, my interest topic, which you put here, which you'd found earlier.
You've already broken out the format and the interest.
That's not the substitution of these parts,
Yes! Yes! We got it, boys. We got it. So yeah, we just banged out the ideation formula, I think. So we're just gonna rest, go for a walk, see what happens, keep it fresh. But I'll let you guys know while walking what came out of it. So yeah, we just came back from the walk. Ideation's all done, but now we're going hard on titles. We'll see what's the best way to break down every single step to create a banger title. Might take an hour, might take 10 hours. Let's see. Can make or break a video. Titles must spark curiosity and open loops. Covered. The title sets expectations for the video. If the video doesn't deliver what the title promises, the title doesn't need to cover the whole video. It can just highlight one interest segment. Title is 3 rules. Rule 1, sell the result, not the process. You don't want to simply describe what's in your video and use this as your title. It's very easy to default to this approach because it doesn't take much thought, but it just doesn't work. If you want to truly engage your audience, you need to dig one layer deeper. Ask yourself, what do my viewers actually want? What's their desired result or transformation?
Timeliness or something. It's like essentially you basically use these power words to get the emotion that you want, or to like amplify it. That's how I think of it. Yes.
All right, guys, did we crack titles?
Well, you tell me. You go ahead. You give your thoughts.
All right, we spent the whole day basically doing this. All right, we'll screen share that. So yeah, like we said earlier, ideas. In the end, yeah, you go hard on research for outliers. Then you've got that formula, which is pretty straightforward. Format mixed with the topic that are high interest in your niche, and then you play around with it. So escalation, inversion, substituting, or combining interest topics and formats. And then you add in some flavor, maybe a viral vector in there if it works or not, and then it creates that banger idea. However, for that banger idea, you need to find the right title, right? You need to stop that scroll. So what we figured out is once you have basically that kind of a format of a title, you can go to step 2, which is adding for like a descriptive, like a word, a noun, a verb in the title. You find 20 variations, and then for each variations, you see if there's an outlier that basically confirms that it has worked in the past. Then you can also add words found from outlier searching. So basically like what adjectives or adverbs you can add it. So for example, instead of the Japanese rule to stay lean, it could be the subtle Japanese rule to stay lean, for example. But then how do you know if it actually works? And you have to go through the checklist, things to consider. That we both did for both educational and entertainment. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't follow those rules, let's say, then you just got to rewrite the whole title, which you should do anyways. You should at least have 3 titles that you are confirmed that you think will work. But then you just go back to the whole ideation part and go through the steps until you find the right title.
And don't be afraid to use AI as well. Like, AI is going to be your best friend doing all of this, because at the end of the day, coming up with all of the adjectives and everything, if you just use AI, ChatGPT just will cook for you and give you like 20 per title, and then you can just implement the best one, like using your common sense, whichever one sounds the best, and then search it, like Richard said, going back, validating the word, and then you can just find which one has the most data backed, and then run that one.
And the other AI tool is the 1 of 10 AI title generator, which will definitely give you 20 banger title variations. So go ahead. We're here, another day in Spain. A week later, guys are working on clients. Can maybe go around and see what they're working on. So let's start with Brent here.
Yeah, so basically just getting some title and thumbnail concepts together for one of our clients, Marcelo. He does like some lifestyle type interview stuff. He had a big, basically several like series videos shot in New York City. So we are just packaging one of those for him right now. Yep, and then Zenkai Goose is another client working on currently. He has a video coming out soon about Mario Kart and playing all of the different games. So we're basically looking at all the data on his channel on like thumbnails that have performed well, but then also looking at like other sources of inspiration to try new formats because his like thumbnail style has been so successful that a lot of other channels have started to replicate it. So we're just trying to basically make sure we have plenty of options to A/B test once the video gets posted.
So can you talk about the thumbnail you worked on just now?
Like I mentioned earlier, the format that's done really well for him is this format where he's standing in front of all of the games from a video series that he's played. But one like new format that we're kind of trying is for the Mario Kart video, having the oldest game on the left, the newest game on the right, and then basically having him in the middle and having him be like 8-bit on the left, similar to the graphics that you would see in the game from 1992, and then having him be essentially full resolution on the right side, just to show like that visual contrast and like really kind of bring home the point that there's going to be a progression throughout the video and people are going to see really old games all the way up to the newest games.
Oh, by the way, Vexian is here this week. So let's see what he's up to.
So I'm aggregating all of the information regarding packaging, thumbnails, composition, elements, everything that drives virality when it comes to purely packaging. So less so relying on the idea and more so like the actionable takeaways of like, hey, you should include this, why you should include this, why you should do something this way and not this way for this context, etc. So I've done that from basically everyone who's ever posted anything about thumbnails on YouTube, and we have a little document going here so we can build the class. I'm sure by the time you're seeing this, or maybe not, they've done the ideation class and the titles class. I'm doing the thumbnails class, so we're cooking over there. And then I've got over here, this is my Obsidian, which is super, super sexy. It's not built out yet. But the main purpose of this is to aggregate some of the stuff I've done for clients that I've never talked about or no one ever has talked about, period. And then that's going to be added into this under some certain nuances and stuff. Like there's certain ways I come up with thumbnails / do thumbnails that other people don't. I'm dropping a thread today, yes sir, today dropping a thread in like 20 minutes talking about ludonarrative thumbnails, which no one's ever talked about. Basically, it's pairing the thumbnail with like what is happening in the video, but it's not necessarily like exactly like that. So like let's say, this is purely for gaming thumbnails, by the way. If you are doing a game, like let's say it's Destiny, for example, which is what the thread is on, the narrative of the game is that you're like a little small human in the world, big bad aliens, right? So you're somewhat insignificant. So we're taking that narrative or that vibe from the game, and I'm applying it to a thumbnail using inspiration from other games that do similar things, like Dark Souls, for example, which is the actual example, where again you're a human in a world full of demons in this case instead of big bad aliens. So by taking that narrative or that perception of the game, we are distilling it into a thumbnail. So the thumbnail conveys this, which is also resonant to what's actually happening in the video and in the actual game environment. So it's very, very, very clickable for the core audience. And it's also not very clickable for the core audience. It's clickable for a vast audience as well, because the framing of the thumbnail is very interesting. It's not something you've seen before, because it is tied directly into the game and what the game represent on a narrative level. So I think it's cool. It's a little kind of cool like mechanic I'm playing around with. So far it's worked 3 out of 3 times, which is nice. So yeah, that's like one of the things that'll be in the thumbnail course, which you're not gonna find anywhere else. So tune in for that.
Moving on to Ollie here.
Yo, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I'm just working on some thumbnail concepts for Callaway that will be on videos coming out over the next few weeks. Yeah.
How in advance are you normally on those?
Normally like 2 to 3 weeks, but it depends. It varies from time to time. Like we'd sometimes batch some and get a bit in advance. But then we always test. We always create like there's always a bunch of different concepts, and then we'll kind of narrow down to like the best 3, test the best 3, and then there's others if we need to test afterwards as well.
When you say you're working on thumbnail, what are you doing exactly?
So just coming up with concepts. So usually like trying to find some data from other places to be able to pull concepts together. But yeah, finding like outliers and pulling different things together, oftentimes more than one thumbnail concept together as well. So I think if we come into this one, for example, we're like pulling multiple different concepts together to create like one new thumbnail that best sort of conveys the message of the idea. And then other times he has to put up with my dodgy Canva drawings to sort of better explain it if I can't find like data to kind of suggest the idea that I'm looking for, basically. So it's a bit of a mix of some like creativity and then others more data backed.
And lastly, we have JD.
Last but not least. Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, so I'm working on some repackaging. So for Emma Hubbard, essentially we do 2 repackagings every week just because her content's so evergreen. So she's in the parenting niche. She does content for obviously people that have kids and everything, and parenting ways don't typically change. I mean, let's hope they don't. So it's obviously like she talks about the best practices and everything. So every 2 weeks we go back into videos that maybe underperformed or maybe we think could have performed better and come up with a new title and thumbnail. So if you want to come see this, you can see this sheet here. This is the ones we've been working through. I've stricken off the ones we've already had created and changed out. And the ones I'm working on now are these 2 down here. So we've got this video and this video. These are ones that like typically videos that have higher retention but maybe just underperformed. They're the ones that you want to repackage. So some of them we've done. There's one that we recently repackaged over the last couple of days. If I can find it, this one. So you can see it overall underperformed over time. We repackaged it within the past month and it's up 22% in the last 28 days compared to the last month where it had the different thumbnail. So we want to aim to do, like I said, these twice a week. So 2 of these videos we're just going back and repackaging. You can see she's got so many videos over the last 4 years and the content's so evergreen that it still makes sense to try and improve on.
So what we do every time is we just take 10 minutes and just go through every single link possible that exists that talks about thumbnail from people we think are experts or not even. Like maybe there's someone random that has one single point that we think could be useful and then we'll take. And yeah, we'll work hard on the thumbnail class with all of our experiences combined, all billions of views combined, and we'll see what happens. What's up, guys? Everyone in this room have worked with over 100 YouTubers totaling billions of views. And we've worked out the best 5 steps to find your next idea that will blow up your channel. And let's get into it. All right, so the first step is Yeah, we spent all morning figuring out, basically reverse engineering thumbnails, like what exactly makes a thumbnail pop, what exactly makes a thumbnail become a 1 of 10 thumbnail, basically. And I think we figured it out. For now, we're gonna take a break and just like bike around the city. You guys will see a bit more of Spain. All right, so the Spanish trip is over. And so now we've got 3 masterclasses on ideas, titles, and thumbnails that we're gonna upload in the next few weeks. Make sure to hit that notification bell. But if you're looking to perfect your next video to go from 0 to 1 million subscribers, you can watch on this video.